Very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us right here on News Deck on this Saturday afternoon. My name is Allan Owino and welcome to the bulletin. Tana River Governor Dado Godana now wants all victims in Lower Tana resettled away from their current homes. Speaking in Hola when he met a team from the National Disaster Response led by Colonel Joseph Emathe, Governor Dado said that the destruction of human settlements and other property in the recent floods is now worrying. The governor said that the government should start with those currently in displacement camps by providing them with semi-permanent basic necessities such as mobile health facilities, toilets, clean and safe drinking water. On security, Colonel Emathe said the military is working closely with other security agencies to reinforce outposts along the Kenya-Somali border to keep off the Al-Shabaab militants. He urged the communities in such areas to collaborate with security agencies by volunteering information on suspicious movements to enable security agents act on time.
And going the cyclic situations every time, and then reacting humanitarily with food and NFIs and all that. The solution for Tana would not be that. The solution would be minimizing the losses. Let the crop be swept away, kiasi, but not the homes. Not to go with cattle. Not for flood to be going with household items. Iende na mashule, iende na infrastructure, critical infrastructure. That would not be the best way. The best way would be that people are moved out of that.
By water, also to deliver limited medical support, whether it is drugs, some equipment and all that. And also you have talked of water challenges in IDP camps. I strongly believe that on request, we are able to do water tankering. We have the water boozers that can deliver. We have borehole in our camp, and that water is treated. So we are in a position to deliver, to do water tankering to the IDPs, people who have been displaced, institutions, and all that.
Now, police in Murang'a have seized marijuana. Pardon me, let's take that again. Police in Murang'a have seized marijuana estimated to be worth 5 million shillings at Makuyu roadblock along the Nyeri-Nairobi highway. 2 people who were ferrying the narcotic were also arrested. Murang'a County Commander Josephat Kinyua said the 80 bales of bang were being transported from Ethiopia by a notorious drug trafficker operating from Isiolo County. One of the suspects also had a fake job ID indicating that he is a nurse at Isiolo County. The suspects are being held at Makuyu Police Station waiting to be aligned in court next week.
The cruiser KMBU 348H imeweza kupatikana na bangi ambayo ni gunia 10 na ikiwa katika mbeus ni mbeus 80 na value yake kulingana na street value ni kama milioni 5 kulingana na hesabu ile tumehesabu. Na imepatikana na wachukiwa wawili ambayo wanatoka eneo ya Isiolo, na kulingana na vile inaonekana si hapo Isiolo tu, inaonekana imetoka katika nchi jirani ambayo ni Ethiopia. Na hawa wenye kuwa na hii miadarati ama hii bangi ni watu ambayo wana eneo ya Marsabit na Isiolo na ni Waborana.
na tutachukua hatua kali sana. Nataka ikumbukwe hii ni leo tumeshika bangi hii, lakini si peke yake, kwa sababu mwezi uliopita kitengo cha DCI hapa Makuyu pia waliweza kushika bangi nyingi sana upande wa Sabasaba, na hiyo ni kudhihirisha kwamba sisi maafisa wa askari hapa na sisi kamati ya usalama katika wilaya hii hatuna mchezo na yote ambaye anajaribu. Bangi hii ilikuwa on transit kutoka pande za Eastern, lakini unaona imekamatwa hapa kwetu, kumaanisha kwamba sisi kama Murang'a County aso na Murang'a Sub County ambayo tunakaa na hii highway yetu hapa, tuko tayari kuhakikisha kwamba habari tutapata kutoka wananchi, ama tukishuku gari yote, sisi hatutakawia kuhakikisha kwamba tumeweza kushika vitu kama hizi, na kwa hivyo wananchi wajue kwamba hapa sio mahali pa kupitisha miendeleo kama hii.
Now, Mvita Member of Parliament Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir has protested the directive by Ministry of Transport through Cabinet Secretary James Macharia to transport all cargo from the port in Mombasa through SGR during the COVID-19 pandemic period. Addressing the media on Saturday morning, Mvita MP Abdul Swamad says this will bear major effects to the coastal economy, which already is on its knees.
Alivyozungumza neno baada ya neno, waziri muhusika alivyozungumza ya kuwa wanalikataa jambo hili na hili jambo linakuwa reversed in totality. Kwa nini mtie bughdha katika maisha ya watu, hususan katika wakati kama huu? Why create unnecessary tension? Why push people to the brink? You know, I just fail to understand. We would have seen an advert in the paper, either from the ministry or from the relevant committee of parliament, kusema kwa, can we have your views on this particular matters? That did not happen. And the issue of shutting this thing down was actually given a 10-day notice. This is, the directives will become effective after 10 days from the date of this notice, and for the avoidance of doubt, from 1st of June 2020. Why now shut down a whole area based on the fact that the railway needs to run? People need to live as well, and facts and figures don't lie. Easy figures zote ambazo kwamba zimeweza kutolewa, these were launched by the same government. The amount of Kenyans currently who cannot even afford to pay rent right now, watoto wako majumbani hawajarejea katika mashule. You want to see the economic pinch, ngoje uangalie sasa mashule zikishaweza kufunguliwa, watoto wanafaa kurejea mashule. What percentage of Kenyans are actually going to be Kenyan children will be going to school? Why should one area be marginalized and another area be made to grow? Why can we not say that because of how beautiful our constitution is, every single area can be able to flourish by being, complementing each other?
Now, no truck driver will be allowed to make a stopover in Keses sub-county in Eldoret, which is along Nairobi-Malaba Highway. Deputy County Commissioner Taari Rwaria gave the directive and warned that stern action will be taken against drivers who will not obey. Rwaria says the directive is aimed at stopping the spread of coronavirus by truck drivers from Uganda who frequently stop at the Keses, Cheptiret and Ngeria shopping centers. He also warned residents not to interact with truck drivers unnecessarily for their own safety. Uasin Gishu County has recorded 11 cases of COVID-19 so far, with many traced back to interactions with truck drivers.
The residents near the highway, that is Eldoret Nakuru Road, have been advised to maintain social distance and taking all other precautionary measures to avoid being infected. And moving forward, all long-distance trucks have been directed not to stop around here. They have designated areas where they are supposed to stop. The nearest around here is Gilgil and Malaba. So once the load is cleared and then they start flowing well, we do not expect this truck to stop near here in Cheptiret, Ngeria, and also along the highway. Those who violate this, they are going to be dealt with according to the law.
Now, the Nursing Council of Kenya, NCK, has started organizing Zumba dance fitness session for nurses and health workers to help them deal with the stress and difficult work during the coronavirus disease. The weekly sessions take place at the Infectious Disease Unit ground with frontline workers of the Kenyatta National Hospital participating.
Nurses, midwives and other frontline workers let loose in a Zumba class. They are based at Mbagathi Hospital's infectious unit, which is part of the huge and sprawling Kenyatta National Hospital facility. The class was organized by the Nursing Council of Kenya. These nurses are proud of what they do. Many of them work on COVID-19 wards, treating infected patients. Kenya has recorded 1,745 cases of COVID-19 and 62 deaths. More than 5,000 workers are being recruited in the fight against the pandemic. Some frontline workers have complained about the lack of personal protective equipment. Many of these frontline workers are facing long hours, mental stress, and some have been shunned by their communities because of the fear that they will spread the pandemic. This session helps them dance their worries away, at least for a few minutes. Tracy Mukami, TV 47.
Now, Nairobi County Assembly Minority Chief Whip now says his life is in danger following his fight against corruption and his support towards Nairobi Metropolitan Services. Addressing the media this afternoon, Imwatok said he has been receiving life-threatening messages from people in high government offices.
Fellow Nairobians, I am reliably informed that I've unmasked these cartels. They are threatened, and as wounded lions, they are baying for my blood. I am informed that due to their proximity to state powers and agencies, they have prepared a trumped-up charges against me, and it is just a matter of time before I am arrested. More interestingly, I am informed they have already identified a judge whom I will be arraigned before so that I am not admitted to cash bail. I am further aware that they will not just stop at the courts, but they are even willing to eliminate my life. Kenyans, I am prepared to pay the ultimate price. I shall not be intimidated, scared, petrified, or frightened by anyone in the performance of my duties. Na spika yeye mwenyewe mtamtafuta mzungumzie. Moja tulimtaja Je Muturi, alipigia spika akamuuliza wewe ni nani kwa nchi hii. Tukiwa tumeketi naye. Kwa hivyo haya mambo tunazungumza si kwa sababu ya hiasi, tunazungumza mambo ya machungu. Ule ni mama, bibi ya mtu, mama ya watoto. Unapopiga mwanao unaambia wewe ni nani, tukutane mbele. Tunasema kukutana mbele, following day una digazeti bill tumepitisha kwa assembly. Kwani sisi ni watoto?
Taongea ukweli mahali iko watu fulani ambaye wanaingilia kasi ya Director General. Na nikauliza hata juzi, kama wewe umehand over factions na imekushinda, utarudi namna gani tena useme unaenda kupeana advice vile hiyo kasi itafanywa? Waachilia mwenye umepatia hiyo kasi afanye kasi yake mpaka ihakikishiwe na Nairobi waone kweli amefanya kasi yake ama ameshindwa. Na hiyo ndio tulikuwa tumeona tufanye hivyo. Sasa tunasikia usuni sana kusikia ndugu yetu Minority Whip anaingiliwa either auawe ama ashikwe. Na hiyo ni mbaya sana. Sisi kama wa MCA wa Nairobi hatuwezi tukakubali mwenzetu akuwe intimidated hata kidogo.
The government has announced that it will start paying verified national youth service suppliers starting June in an effort to cushion the business community from the effects of COVID-19. Public Service and Gender CS Margaret Kobia say that the government has set aside 6 billion shillings, which the cabinet has approved for payment of NYS suppliers.
Anybody who is a supplier of National Youth Service and has not been paid and their claims have been verified, their names are going to be put up in the website. In fact, they have already been put as I was coming, so that everybody who is their claim has been verified and can be paid by National Youth Service They do not need to walk to any office. My office, Principal Secretary's office, Chief Administrative Secretary office, or DG's office to follow any claim. Check your name on the website. If your company is being paid, just wait, because you have given all the details. You will be paid through IFMIS, and the money will hit your account by maybe starting from next week.
At this point, we'd love to take a short break, but don't go away. When we get back, we'll be back with more news. Thank you very much for staying with us right here on Newsdeck. Now, moving on. The narrative of people living in Mbeere South Embu County is changing. Many a times when drought strikes, they are seriously affected and left to survive on wild fruits until relief food reaches them. But a water project will enable them harvest water from the rain following construction of water ponds in the area. Mwege William with more details.
Mbeere South Embu County, a semi-arid region, and when the scorching sun rises, the place is hard hit by drought and famine. But things are taking a turn around with the help of storing rainwater through domestic dams, turning the place green, with a lot of agricultural activities taking place now. With the heavy rains experienced in the country, residents of the area have now enough water which can last them up to the next rainy season. They now can engage in farming through irrigation thanks to the water ponds project.
Maji ninatumia kwa kupanda boga. Sasa nimeanza kupanda boga. Hapo kawali mifugo ilikuwa ile maji ambayo nateka pale kwa ile kwa ile nyumba kwa matangi ingekuwa sasa ishaisha, na nianze sasa shinda ya kuendea kwa mto.
Michael Njage from Kangeta location in Mbeere South Ward is a beneficiary of the domestic water dam project. He is now engaging in mixed farming. He grows crops and keep cattle without worries that water shortage will disrupt his activities.
Imenisaidia sahi kwa sababu ng'ombe inakunywa na nimeweza kupanda boga. Mandizi yangu sasa haitakuwa na water stress kama vile ilikuwa na water stress hapo kitambo. Na mboga nimepanda kwa nilati sukuma, nyanya Nimepanda ndoroko, manyonyi, that is kude. Na nimepanda green maize ama mahindi mabichi.
Before the dam was constructed, the only available source of water was a river which is more than 3 kilometers away from the village. It was a treacherous journey to the river and back.
Maji tulikuwa tunatoa mbali sana kwa mto, kitu kama 3 kilometers kutoka hapa mpaka kwa mto.
Ile maji ambayo nateka pale kwa ile kwa ile nyumba kwa matangi ingekuwa sasa ishaisha. Na nianze sasa shinda ya kuendea kwa mto ambao iko about 3 to 4 kilometers.
Some residents like Felistan Jage are even thinking of fish farming now. Water is in plenty to sustain any form of agriculture.
Si kufikiria sasa ningetoa wapi maji ya kuweka hizo samaki na sinatakanga maji.
Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Anyaga, while visiting some of the homesteads that have benefited from the project, noted that food security is now a sure thing in the area.
Hii mradi na target wakulima ambao wako kwa arid and semi-arid areas kama hii pande ya Mbere. Tunajua wakulima wanabidii na wako na mashamba, ile shida wako na kuanga nayo ni maji. So hizi domestic water pans, moja inaweza harvest maji ya service run of water. This kind of water harvesting structures, tunaona wakulima wetu wataweza kuwa wanaendelea kukuza vyakula hata mvua ikiisha, because this water is able to take them up to the next rain season.
With already 550 water pans constructed, CAS Nyaga revealed they are planning to roll out phase 2 of the project, targeting to construct 120 more water pans.
So in total tumeharvest 670 million liters za maji. Ile wakati kunanyesha, hiyo ndio maji tunabaki kama tumeharvest, ndio iweze kusukuma kulima throughout the period ile wakati ya kunyesha ndio iweze kuendelea kuproduce.
With the area considered as semi-arid, through this project, residents of this area can now engage in agricultural activities without fear of losing their crops. Mwige William, TV47 in Mbere South, Embu County.
Now, to some international news where protests have erupted in cities across the United States over the murder of an unarmed black man, George Floyd, during his arrest. The responsible officer has since been fired, arrested, and charged with murder.
appointed Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, Devolution CS Eugene Wamalwa, and the Kotu boss to table the interest of the region at the negotiating table.
That the community will be led by Governor Wycliffe Ambesa Oparanya, Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa, and Court Secretary General Francis Atwoli in negotiating with the national government for development and other communities in forming a new transformative Kenya that is all-inclusive. The community has identified a number of flagship projects that forms the necessary development agenda that will change the lives of our people.
The leaders retaliated their support of the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga while presenting key concerns that they want adopted in the Building Bridges Initiative report.
Hao ndio watatuongoza kule mbele kuhakikisha kwamba wameenda kunegotiate on our behalf.
That the community will speak in one voice on all national matters and promote unity of purpose. 2, that the community supports the handshake, BBI, and effort by His Excellency the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and NASA leader Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in unifying our country, Kenya.
The absence of some leaders from the meeting, dubbed as Unity Meeting, did not bother the leaders present, who insisted that the meeting brought together leaders from the region.
Hapa tunaona vyama vingi, tuko na ODM, mimi ni ODM, tuko na ANC, tuko na Ford Kenya na wengine ambao wako independent. Na tunawaweka wote pamoja, tutazamii vyama, tutazamii wanatoka wapi, misingi yao ya kisiasa iko wapi. Tuko hapa kwa msanyiko kwa jumla kwa niaba ya wananchi wa mkoa wa Western.
However, Amani National Congress Party leader Musalia Mudavadi, who did not attend the meeting, insists that this wasn't Luya meeting but a section of leaders out for their own gains.
Awange kuja kama kinara wao hajajua. So kwa hivyo labda tunamtarajia atakuja hivi karibuni, na pia kinara wa Ford Kenya atakuja hivi karibuni. Unaona viongozi hata Secretary General wa Ford Kenya Bwana Eseli yako hapa. Hiyo ni kumaanisha wote wamealikwa na wote wanajua kwamba kuna mkutano na kuna madhumuni fulani ya hii mkutano.
Elizabeth Mutiku, TV47 Nairobi.
All right, that's all we had for you on Newsdeck this Saturday afternoon, but do continue staying with TV47. We will continue to keep you updated on rising issues in our subsequent bulletins, but for now, do enjoy the rest of your viewing.